Good morning. Cajun Carnivore is in the house. And I needed to come on because today is the last day that I'm doing 100% carnivore. Now don't get me wrong. Carnivore is great. Carnivore is definitely effective, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. But as it pertains to me, I think I found something better, and I think I found something more effective that is going to help with my journey. Now, am I totally eliminating carnivore? Absolutely not. I am going to continue to have carnivore principles here and there with what I'm about to do. However, 100% carnivore, I am no longer doing. As I saw, anybody that hadn't seen it, my short, I detailed that I am now transitioning into a program called the Snake Diet program, or I think it's called the Snake Diet. I know it's centered around snake juice and fasting and everything. But for those who have not seen what I'm talking about, please search Mathew Westwood. Mathew Westwood, WESTWOOD, Mathew Westwood, and also Cole Robinson. You're going to see it. If you put in Mathew Westwood weight loss, if you put in Mathew Westwood snake diet, whatever, just put those names in the chat in your search bar, you'll find it. What he's doing is he's at a snake diet fit camp in Canada. He's actually from California. He's from the States, and he's in Canada. And his journey is to I think he's spending 6 months up there. He went up there at 614 pounds in late December. I think today is his 50th day, because he was getting close. It was 48, 47, 48 this week, but I think today is day 50. Through almost or right about 50 days, he has lost over 100 pounds. Over 100 pounds. And what he's doing is he started it off by OMAD. Now, this is why I'm going to transition to it. I would practice OMAD. OMAD is nothing for me. I needed more discipline on the weekends when I'm home, but during the week when I'm at work, I'm working, I'm by myself during the day, OMAD is perfect for me, so I know that won't be a problem. He's also doing intermittent fasting. Well, right now, currently, he's on a water fast, but when he started the program, it was intermittent fasting and OMAD. I do intermittent fasting as well. You know, I do 18, 6, 24. I can actually 22 and 2, or whatever you want to call it. But either which way, I can intermittent fast and do OMAD. I don't have a problem with that. So he's doing all of that, but here's the kicker. He started off by just eating potatoes. And I know what the carnivore community is going to say. Potatoes, man, you can't eat that. Right, as a carnivore, you can't. But as I've learned in watching the channel and watching the progress, potatoes is extremely low in calories, high in fiber, and it has potassium, which is one of the key ingredients, because obviously the snake juice is salt, potassium, and magnesium. Those three elements for sure. And he did it. I don't know how many days, because I caught his channel like midway through his journey. I got to go back and watch his earlier videos. But I did watch it long enough to know he did it for an extended period of time, and he lost hella weight, lots of weight. So what I'm looking at is it worked for him, and doing it how he did it. And I know I'm 300 plus. I picked some weight back up. I went to the doctor last week. I don't know. I don't want to trust their scale, but I think I'm somewhere in the 330s, possibly 340. And when I started my weight loss journey on carnivore, I was 350, and I actually got down to 295. Then I went on a cruise, and it's been downhill ever since the cruise. I mean, the cruise got back up, and I haven't looked back since. I've really been out of control, and I had a lot of life events happening, and I haven't been consistent with trying to do right. I kind of been yo-yoing up and down. But the latter part of 2025 was really a challenge, and I really let things go. So I got to take control. So I'm going this route, and I'm going 100% with this protocol for February and beyond. I just want to see, how this thing works for me. So the goal of the camp that he's at is to lose a pound a day. That's the goal. Now, they set the goal when he was 614 pounds, I believe, in the beginning in late December. They set the goal 6 months out. So a pound a day would have him at 381 pounds June 14th. So it was December 14th, 15th is when they started. Pound a day would have him at 381. That's where they had him. Or whatever. Math might be off, but I know it was 381. So wherever he started, I might be getting his starting weight wrong. But wherever he started, his weight, a pound a day, would have him at 381. And as of last night when I watched this video, it's probably going to be different because by the time this video comes out, he'll probably upload another one where he's detailing more weight loss. But as of last night when I watched his latest upload, Matt had lost another pound, and he was down to, I believe, 507 or 508. From like 6 whatever in 50 days. That is tremendous. So he's been averaging over or at 2 pounds a day. He's been killing it. Of course, he's a lot bigger than me. So I figure this same protocol, I should be able to easily get a pound a day. And y'all know how weight loss is. Weight loss fluctuates. Of course, there's a lot of water weight to lose in the beginning. And then you start tapping into losing the fat. Well, that's where, intermittent fasting comes in, because when you're in that fasted state, your body starts utilizing your fat stores and all that for energy. So it starts eating away at that fat. As long as you're not putting all them extra calories in your system, that's what it's doing. So I'm aiming for a pound a day, and I'm going to set some goals. He set a 6-month overall goal to be at 381. His ultimate goal is to be 250. So that would mean he would have to lose 300 plus pounds that'll be overall. I don't think he put a time limit to get to 250. He just put a time limit to get to 381, which would have been 6 months. That's very aggressive, but he's on his way. He's only 120 some pounds. 120 some pounds away, and he just lost 100 pounds in under 50 days. So he's killing the game. So he's going to get there. He's going to hit that 381 probably way before June. I think he's going to hit it maybe late April, early May. Either way, in my case, I'm going for a pound a day. I'm starting it tomorrow on February the 1st, and I'm going to utilize every day. For the first week for sure, we're going to go all potatoes to really jumpstart this thing. Also, the goal of this is to be low cal. I like the way Cole puts it, to get as close to the floor as you can. You can't say the C word in full because I think you'll get flagged or whatever. So I can't say the C word, but low, rhymes with the name Mallory. So I'm trying to stick to, they did 500. I'm going to stick to anywhere between 5 and 7. And I know what people are going to say. Your body, you're going to lose muscle mass, and you're going to go into starvation mode. Listen, I have done everything else you can by the book, and it's backfired. So you know what? It's nothing wrong with giving it a shot. And I'm looking at what Matt's doing. I see other people doing it. Shouts out to Low Cal Al. I stumbled upon his channel. Low Cal Al actually created his channel off of the strength of what Mathew Westwood is doing, and he's killing it. He just started it this week. 5 days, he's lost 13 pounds. He started at 462 pounds. So 5 days in, Low Cal Al, check him out. I'm going to pin all their channels in the video. But he lost 13 pounds in the first week. So this thing is effective. Very effective. And excuse me, take a sip of coffee. Excuse me, I had to get that. Cole's philosophy is dropping the weight as fast as possible. And I like the way that Cole breaks it down, because whereas we're bombarded with eating so many grams of protein, eating so many grams of carbs, you know, and preserving muscle and all of that, it's all about keeping your muscle mass as you drop the weight. But truth be told, when you are morbidly obese, shout out to Cole Robinson for this fact, when you're morbidly obese, you're against the clock. You're against the clock. So you know what? Ideally, yes, it may seem like that's what you need to do, but truth be told, you can always build your body back up. And that is the role that I'm taking. I'm not worried about whatever muscle mass I'm going to lose. I'm not worried about none of that. My goal is to get down and get out of these 300s once and for all. I briefly did it. I felt great when I did it. I was 295. I still had a long ways to go from there, but I proved I could do it once. I'm going to do it again. So I have a cruise coming up. Now, this is why I have to do this. I actually have 2 cruises this year. I have a cruise coming up in April. So I got 2 months, a little over 2 months till cruise time. And on that cruise, that's where I'm going to probably go more carnivore for that week, because I'm definitely not messing with the overabundance of carbs, because every cruise you're going to pick up weight. So if I go more carnivore for that week, you know, I might pick up a few pounds. The last cruise I picked up 20 pounds, and I know a lot of that was water weight, but still. Now what I like about what Cole does is they do heat work, sauna, and all of that. The cruise has a steam room and a sauna, so you can literally, I'm still going to implement my fasting practices, and I'm going to really watch what I eat on the cruise this time. I'm not going to do it, have my water. I always drink water. One thing about me, I love water. I don't drink too much soda. I rarely mess with soda. I've gotten out of soda, so drinking water won't be a problem. I bring my Stanley mug. I don't have it here with me, but I can keep water in that, drink my water all day. I'm good with the water, so I ain't worried about that. There's better food choices on the cruise. But I don't want to stagnate my weight at this point, go on the cruise, because at that point, it's a wrap. So I got 2 months. So my goal is at a pound a day in February, which is 28 days, March, which is 31 days. That's 59 days. So I'm looking at those 2 months, 59 pounds. My cruise is, I think it's the second week of April, so that'll give me a week in April. So 65 pounds minimum is what I'm looking at dropping come cruise time. The thing about that is it's going to fluctuate. I'm going to have days where I'm going to drop 3-4 pounds. I'm going to have days where I drop 1 pound. I may have days where I drop no pounds. I might have days where I gain a pound. It's okay as long as the overall trend, shout out to Cole again, the trend is you want to see the trend going down. So what we do here is we're weighing ourselves every day. I'm taking a daily weight. I'm going to take a morning weight every morning. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take my morning weight on an empty stomach after I use the bathroom and make sure I'm totally empty and everything, get all of the excess, whatever. Take my weight early in the morning, and then during the week, go to work. I'm drinking my water at work. Drinking my gallon, I'm fasting, come home from work. For the first week, potatoes. We're gonna do up to 500 calories in potatoes, and that's the only meal. As far as seasoning and all of that, I believe it's just salt. I think probably pepper. I like a little heat on mine, maybe a little cayenne pepper, I don't know. But definitely no butter, no cheese, none of that. I mean, we keep it as bland as possible. So that's gonna be the first week, and we're going to document that. And then from that point on, like I said, I'm going to look at different meal combinations that have, low the C word. I almost said it. And the key is to keep it, as Cole says, as close to the floor as possible. This is what we're going to do. And I know it's going to be some pushback. I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but, for the fine folks that feel like carnivore is the way, I'm not knocking it. If that's what you do, 100% continue what works for you. I am not going to tell you not to do it. I just know that for me and for what I have to do and for what I'm trying to accomplish, I have to do what I think is going to work for me. And I think this is going to work. I'm seeing, you know, different people. I'm looking at a lot of people that have latched on to what they're doing. They're having a lot of success. This is all about dropping the weight and getting the weight off as quickly as possible. Like I said, my goal is starting off, I have what I call a mini goal. I have my first milestone goal, and then I have more mini goals, and then I have my ultimate goal. So my first mini goal is going to be 60 pounds minimum by cruise time. So whatever my weight is in the morning when I start, by April the 12th, when I get ready to sail, the morning that we leave, I'm going to take that weight, and I hope to be at least 60 pounds lighter than what I am. And if I do that, that's going to be the first mini goal met. Go on my cruise, and then I come back after my cruise. And like I said, at that point, it's all about really getting down. I want my first milestone goal to be 250. That's my first milestone goal. I know I'm 330, 340-ish. I don't know exact. I'm going to find that out in the morning. Because I'm getting my last, I'm eating, I'm going to enjoy myself today and get it out of my system once and for all. And I'm ready. I'm mentally prepared to hit the ground running tomorrow. So I know I'm 330-ish, 340-ish. I know that. I know that. So let's just say I top out at 340. 65 pounds would have me at 275 come cruise time. So, well, I said 65, 60. No, 65, I don't know. Hell, I can't think. Let's just go with 60. Sorry, let's just go with 60. 60 pounds would have me at 280, 65, 275. All right, we're going to go 65, 275. Let's say that I come back off of the cruise, and like I said, I'm not going to do like I did before. I'm more aware of what to expect because last year was my first cruise. So I'm more aware of what to expect on this one. I'm definitely going to be more cognizant of my water intake. I didn't drink as much water because I left my Stanley and the little cups that they give you. You're just not going to drink a gallon of water. The Stanley, the 40-ounce Stanley cups, an ounce of water is 128. A gallon of water is 128 ounces. So for the Stanley cups, 40 ounces, that's like three and a half of those. I drink that every day at work. So the water stations, I'm just going to keep it with ice filled up, and I'm just going to nail it back all day. So I'm going to get my gallon of water every day. I ain't worried about that. But I know that there will be probably some weight picked up back on the cruise. Now, like I said, I am going to make the conscious decision to not go as crazy, and I'm going to really do my best. It's going to be hard because I don't think they measure the calorie counts on a lot of them things. I'm going to have to look and see, but portions are really going to tell me what I need to do. On a cruise, you already know it's buffet. You go as many times. Listen, that's going to take some work. That's going to take some discipline. So I expect to probably pick a little bit back up on the cruise. When I come off of the cruise, then that's when we'll see wherever we're at. We'll figure it out. But that's what we got. Y'all have a good one. We're going to do it.